We are good to go. Ellen said she will not be joining. Ellen said she will not be joining. I've not seen him, no.
Okay, great. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Today is Tuesday, March 18th, 2025, and this is the Cottonwood Heights City Council business meeting. My name is Mike Wickers, and I'm the mayor of Cottonwood Heights. We're going to start this evening with a pledge of allegiance from our council member, Sean Newell. If you'll lead us, Sean.
Nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Sean. And I did want to mention that we're to excuse council member Ellen Burrell, who had issues traveling home today due to the weather, and then also council member Matt Holton, who was traveling as well. So item 3 on our agenda today is City Council committee reports. This is where we give the council 3 minutes to discuss some of the initiatives they're working on, some of the committees who they're working with, and what those objectives are. So I'm going to start with Council District 2, which is Council Member Suzanne Hyland.
Thank you. We met today as an emergency management, and always good news to hear that we are not looking at any potential flooding risk. In fact, the risk of that flooding is estimated to be less than 10% this year. So we have a look outside. You'd think we've got a really good water year, but a lot of the water that's coming down is going to be absorbed into the soil because of how dry I was earlier. So we're in good shape for that. And that's really all I have to report.
Great, thank you. From District 3, Councilmember Sean Newell.
Wonderful. Good evening. I have a couple of updates. The first one is from the Canyon School Foundation, where I serve on their board. We are having the Canyons Foundation Gala, and the gala is to provide scholarships for a number of recipients. A week ago, we went through each of the applications, and there were 27 applicants from all of our high schools here in Canyons District. And it's phenomenal to read the stories from some of the young people, the hard times that they're going through, the things that they've overcome. And it's really encouraging to see them still be able to put that on paper, and to also have allies and mentors be able to write a letter on their behalf to be able to help them to get these scholarships. So I really look forward to that. It's a great event. I also serve with the South Valley Chamber, and they have an event coming up called Women in Business. It's titled, it's a Women in Business event. It's titled Ignite Her Power, Inspiring Confidence and Transformation. You can go onto the South Valley Chamber's website to find ways to be able to participate and join that event. It's supposed to be another big one. They do a great job with the Women in Business events there. Another one that I serve on is the city's Arts Council, and it is incredible when our Arts Council sends out the word that we're doing auditions, how many people show up. We had 90 plus people show up for auditions for the Percy Jackson Lightning Thief play. I don't know what Percy Jackson is, but apparently that must be pretty popular amongst young people, or I should say the mid-range teenager. I don't know. It could be adults as well. But that performance is later in the summer. They will actually follow up with 50 callbacks from those 90 plus people. And those rehearsals actually start on April 15th. So we're looking forward to a great performance, and hopefully that'll be something that everybody can participate in. We also have a therapeutic arts night on April 25th. I'm getting on a month ahead, but it allows for an opportunity for people to come in and utilize art as therapy in any way they feel fit. The ceramics show is going to be coming here. One of the things I learned about the ceramics show is that there are artists and judges that are going to be part of a national convention that's going to be here, and they'll be here participating here in Cottonwood Heights for that event. And that is my report.
Thank you.
10 seconds.
Councilmember Newell, good job. Timed that sucker good. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of things. I get a lot of questions about the Hillside Plaza project, where our citizens voted for a bond measure to help develop that project. And I just wanted to give us just a quick update. We had 7 submissions for a request for proposal to partner with the city of Cottonwood Heights to develop that project. The committee was created to evaluate the proposals that came in, and we've narrowed that now down to 4. And we are going to be starting soon the interview phase where we will bring these 4 possible development partners in for interviews, where we'll ask them questions and get more into detail. And then we're hoping within a 2 to 4 week period that we actually make a decision on a partner. Once we do make a decision, that will then start a 2 to 3 month development agreement phase where we will hammer out details. And so until we do all that and sign a development agreement, we're not locked into actually a specific developer. We could at some point go, we can't agree, and try to negotiate with one of the other finalists. So that project is moving along, and we could soon have hopefully some really good news with that. The only other thing that I wanted to mention real quickly is I know that so many of our residents are frustrated with Wasatch Boulevard and the traffic and the things that are going up there, especially on snow days, as people struggle to get in and out of neighborhoods. Cars are parking. I had one of our longtime residents who was taking some clients up and called me and said, I've been in this neighborhood. There are hundreds of cars in the neighborhoods just parked waiting for the canyon to open, and people can't get out of driveways. I've never seen it. I actually have empathy now that I've seen it. I had seen it multiple times. And so I know what a difficult issue this is. We've looked at so many different scenarios. You know, Sandy has a good solution. They push cars to the south, and they line up on the shoulder. We can't do that because our shoulder is not wide enough. It's not safe. We've looked at that solution multiple times, and we can't do what they've done. I do know that what the best solution is, unfortunately, in a waiting phase, and that is phase 1 and phase 2 of the EIS that was passed by UDOT. And that is a mobility station with 1,500 parking stalls at the gravel pit, a bus station that will go around and have an enhanced busing model that sends 5 buses up a bus every 5 minutes. The goal from UDOT is to get 30 to 35% of all cars going up the canyons into a bus. The design of Wasatch Boulevard will also include a designated bus lane to bypass cars. And so that solution, unfortunately, is on hold because of the lawsuit from Salt Lake City and Sandy. They are working with UDOT to try to at least allow UDOT to start phase 1 and 2, and they're not there yet, but they're hopefully getting close. But I just wanted to publicly say we are looking at any solution we can to alleviate the pain that we know that so many people are experiencing as they try to get up the canyons. Okay, thank you. I'm going to move to a citizen item number 4, our citizen comment period. I'm not going to give our disclaimer because I only have 1 comment card. If there is anybody else here that would like to comment, please fill out a comment card. The comment I have currently is for Randy Long. Randy, come on up. Hi, Randy.
Hi, Mayor. Yes, I agree with you on Wasatch Boulevard. That's a mess. But what I was thinking of the rec center. I really love the rec center. I love their large swimming pools and things like that. But there's more things they could get. They could get a conservation garden, maybe not right there at the center, but someplace here in Cottonwood Heights City. You know, there you don't have to go all out like Jordan Valley's got out there, no. But like Sandy City has that little one there, Sega Lily. I think it's like 1,500 east or something like that, 102nd south. And I really like that one. I've been around that one 3 or 4 times now. Only takes about maybe an hour to do it, to go around it. I go around at Water Conservation Week, which is coming up in May. But that's something I think the city should think about doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. Appreciate your dedication to coming to our council meetings. Okay, we're gonna, any comments we need to submit from online, Jared, at all?
No.
Okay, great. So we're going to close the citizen comment period. We're going to move to item 5 on our agenda this evening, which is a public comment period. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have our Community and Economic Development Director, Mike Johnson, come up and explain. We have item 5.1 is labeled a Pine Creek Lane rezone. We discussed this item in our work session, but I'm going to have Mike Johnson give us a little bit of a refresher so we can explain that for the public comment period.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an application from Deanne Child to rezone 8145 South Pine Creek Lane. Ms. Child is the applicant and also the property owner of that parcel. The request is a rezone of that property from RR 143, which is single-family rural residential. The 43 meaning typically a minimum lot size of 1 acre or 43,000 square feet. The proposed zone is RR 121, which is rural residential, single family, but half an acre instead of a full acre in terms of minimum lot size. The existing parcel is almost 1.5 acres in size. And just for some context, the adjacent zoning is a mix of, I'd say mostly RR 121, that half-acre zoning that the applicant is seeking, a little bit of 1 acre zoning, RR 143, and then some R18, which is a smaller lot size adjacent to Creek Road. The staff analysis here, first of all, we find that this is compatible with the underlying land use map being the general plan kind of future vision of land use in the city. That land use map, there it is residential rural density for the entire area. The existing zoning, but also the proposed zoning both fit into that same land use category. So this is not in conflict with the underlying land use vision there. Either zoning is consistent with that. The property is well over half an acre. The applicant's ultimate desire is to split off the large quote unquote front yard of this property into a separate buildable lot. 2 of the adjacent lots to the north have done that same thing, where there's 1 lot behind in what's called a flag lot, and then a lot in the front that fronts Pine Creek Lane. She's just interested in pursuing that same thing through a future process. And then just for context, the one other property on Pine Creek Lane that is zoned RR 143 currently is actually less than 1 acre in size, so it would be actually non-conforming to that zone. So further analysis that this request is well in line with the adjacent area, the underlying zoning, and the underlying land use map. This was taken to Planning Commission at its last meeting. It was publicly noticed before that meeting within 1,000 feet of the area. I don't think received any comment, no written comments and very few, if any, public comments at that Planning Commission meeting. After review, staff recommends approval and the Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval to the council. And now it's here for your consideration.
Great. Thank you, Mike. So I am going to open up the public comment period for the Pine Creek Lane rezone. Is there anybody here that would like to comment on this item? Not seeing any and nobody online, correct? We'll go ahead and close the public comment period for item 5.1. And we're going to move on to item 6, which is our legislative action items for the council. We're going to start with item 6.1, consideration of ordinance 435, approving the rezone of 1.46 acres of realty located at 8145 South Pine Creek Lane from RR 143, rural residential single family, to RR 121, residential single family, and amending the zoning map. Any other questions or comments from the council? We discussed this item earlier. Any other questions? Not seeing any, I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance 435.
I'll motion to approve ordinance 435.
I'll second.
Motion to approve from Councilmember Highland and a second from Councilmember Newell. Final comments. Call for the vote. Councilmember Highland.
Yes.
Councilmember Newell.
Yes.
I will vote yes. Item 6.2, consideration of resolution 2025-16, accepting a bid and approving a construction contract for Kings Hill Drive Culvert Project. We also discussed this item earlier in our work session. Any other questions or comments from the council? I'll entertain a motion to approve resolution 2025-16, accepting a bid and approving a construction contract for Kings Hill Drive Culvert Project.
I'll make the motion to approve resolution 2025-16.
I'll second.
Motion to approve from Councilmember Newell and a second from Councilmember Highland. Final comment. Call for the vote. Councilmember Newell,
Yes.
Councilmember Highland,
Yes.
and I will vote yes. Item 6.4, consideration of resolution 2025-17, approving entry into the Second Amendment to agreement for court services with the city of Holiday. We also discussed this item earlier. Any other questions or comments from the council? I'll entertain a motion to approve resolution 2025-17, approving entry into the Second Amendment to agreement for court services with the city of Holiday.
I'll motion to approve resolution 2025-17.
Second.
Motion to approve from Councilmember Highland and a second from Councilmember Newell. Final comment. Call for the vote. Councilmember Highland,
Yes.
Councilmember Newell,
Yes.
and I will vote yes. Item 6.5, consideration of resolution 2025-18, approving entry into the First Amendment to a consulting agreement with Civil Science Infrastructure. We also discussed this item earlier. Any other questions or comments from the council? Entertain a motion to approve resolution 2025-18, approving entry into the First Amendment to a consulting agreement with Civil Science Infrastructure.
I'll make the motion to approve resolution 2025-18.
I'll second.
Motion to approve from Councilmember Newell and a second from Councilmember Highland. Final comment. Call for the vote. Councilmember Newell,
Yes.
Councilmember Highland,
Yes.
and I will vote yes. Item 7 is our consent calendar. We do not have any minutes to approve from previous meetings, so we'll move on to our last item, which is adjournment. Could I get a motion to adjourn?
I will motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.